Good morning class. Here in this session we are going to see a new topic for your vector analysis, which is the vector product. Here we are seeing the first word is vector and the second one is the product. This is the last topic from your vector analysis chapter. Okay. After this we will be reading about the projectile motion. That will be the new chapter in the motion and plane. And after completing the projectile motion, then only your motion and plane chapter is completed. Okay. So here we are reading about the vector product. The first topic is vector. What is the vector quantity? The quantity which has both magnitude as well as the direction. When we are talking about the scalar quantity, then it only depends on the magnitude. It does not show any of the directions. And what the vector quantity is shown with the help of, since it is depends on the magnitude as well as the directions, it is shown with the help of arrow. This is the head of the arrow. This is the tail. So this shows the directions of the vector. Now product, what does it mean? That is multiplying the two vector quantities. But these two vector quantities when multiplied to each other, when the solutions come at the answer of the product, then the product can depend on the two values. That is, the product can be scalar quantity or it can be a vector quantity, because it depends on the value of the product. So here the product can be divided on the two forms. What the first one tells us about? The vector product can be done in the two types. First one, that is the scalar product, and the second one is the vector product. Now the scalar product is also said to be the dot product and the vector product is said to be the cross product. Dot product is shown with the help of dot and vector product is shown with the help of the cross. So on multiplying the two vectors can give the scalar quantity as well as a vector quantity. So it depends on the product. Here we can say that when the product is of the vector quantity, then it will be the vector product, and if it gives the value of the scalar, then it gives us the scalar product. Now see the example where we see the scalar and the vector quantities, because we are saying that we are multiplying the two vector quantities itself, but the solution depends that what the product is of. If you have seen in the earlier classes that force into displacement is given for the work done, that is, work done is equals to force into displacement, right? You have done this in chapter, I think in class 9th of chapter 3rd, right? Here we know that what is the force? Force is a vector quantity, and d, that is the displacement, is also the vector quantity. In some books it is written as s also, so don't be confused. D or s, it both shows the displacement, but we know that displacement and the force both are the vector quantities itself. So what we can say, this is the product of the two vector quantities, so it will be coming under the vector product. But why we are writing inside the scalar product? Why? Because on multiplying this force and displacement, both depends on the direction, so both are the vector quantities. On multiplying these two vector quantities, we get the product is of work done, and work done is a scalar quantity. So what we can say that on multiplying the two vector quantities, we are getting a scalar quantity. For example, the force is given as 2I minus j plus k, and if it is multiplied with the displacement, that is displacement is given by I minus j plus 2k. This is an example. Let it be. If you are taking the product of these two vector quantities, then you will be getting the work, but the work should be in the form of magnitude. We have learned that the work is in the form of joules, right? Can we write here 5I? Because work done can be in any direction, but it depends on the magnitude that what much the work is done, right? So unit is given as a 5 joule. So we can say on multiplying these two vector quantities, we are getting a scalar quantity. So the product is named as the scalar product, because when we multiply the two vector quantities, we are getting the solution or the product as a scalar quantity. So we can say that the scalar product or the dot product is that value that when we multiply the two vector quantities, we will be getting the scalar quantity, right? Now if we take the cross product, then on multiplying two values, you will be getting a vector quantity. Means if you multiply the two vectors, then we will be getting a vector quantity itself. If you see the torque, right, it is the force, it is a couple of forces that is acting on a body to make it rotate. If the body starts rotating, then the force acting on the then will be on the two opposite directions, and this couple of forces is said to be torque, and torque will be equals to P cross R. What this P cross R is? P is the momentum, so it is a vector quantity because it is mv, right? And if it is R, that is the perpendicular distance between them, that is displacement. So it is also vector quantity. On multiplying these two vector quantities, we are getting another vector quantity. So the product which is getting by multiplying these two vector quantities, we are getting a vector quantity. So we can say that the product is of a vector. So this named as a vector product, and this is named as a scalar product because when the product is given, they are of the vector as well as the scalar quantity. So now just see the examples how these questions are solved for the dot product and for the cross product. We have already seen that the vector quantities have the directions. If we take this as x, y and the z axis, that is along the planes of this x, y, z, then the object is given by the direction points of the x, y, z and axis, right? So if the x axis is given by the unit vector I and y axis is given by the unit vector j and the z axis is given by the unit vector k. So these are the three vectors which are given for the different axes, and these three vectors are showing the directions of the particle in the x, y and the z axis. So what we can say that whenever there is a vector quantity, it will be shown with the help of these unit vectors I, j and k. Okay, so if the question will be given in the vector quantity, then it should have the unit vectors along their direction, that is I, j and k. So if there is I, 2i minus j plus k. If this is some vector A, if first vector is given you as A vector, then it should have I cap, that is the first unit vector, the second unit vector and the third unit vector. Okay, and the B vector, the other vector is given as 2i minus j plus 3k. Here it is another vector. So we have to find the product of these two vectors, and for finding these two vectors product, we are having the two types of the product. First one is the scalar product and the second one is the vector product. What does it mean? When we are multiplying these two vectors, we are getting a scalar quantity, then it will be given by the dot product. Now if we are multiplying these two products and the answer comes in the vector quantity, then it is a cross product. So how we will be showing this cross and the dot product, and how we will be solving it? So for this we will be seeing some formulas. Firstly we will be saying the dot product. Okay, for dot product, when we are taking the two quantities and we multiply it, here are some values which we have to put. That is I dot I. Firstly, when we multiply the two quantities in the dot product that are in the same direction, they will give the 1. That is, if the vector walks in the same direction, the magnitude only will be there, the direction will be not taken under the influence. And the second axis, that is j cap, if these two same directions are multiplied, then also the answer is 1. Then k vector, that is along the z axis, then also the vector product is 1. So here dot products of the same vectors, unit vectors are 1. So you have to remember these three values, that whenever the same unit vectors multiplied, then only the answer is 1. And if we take that different unit vectors like I dot j, it will be 0. J dot k, this is also different axis, it will be also 0. If we take k dot I, that is another different direction. So when we multiply these different unit vectors together, then the value will be 0. If the same unit vectors are multiplied, then only we will be getting a magnitude, that is 1. And if different unit vectors are multiplied to each other, then the value will be 0. So we will be using in the numerical, then only you can understand easily. So firstly, we will be solving it for the dot product. What this dot product tells us about? We know that if we are multiplying the two vectors, then the value will be a scalar quantity. That is, it depends on the value of the product, and the product will be a scalar quantity. So we are using the dot product. In the dot product, that values are multiplied will be in the form of scalar quantity. So let us take the two vectors for which we are going to take the product of, that is A vector equals to 2i minus j plus k, and let the other vector, that is the B vector be 5i plus j minus 2k. Let this be the two vectors which are given you for the product. Now we are finding the dot product. So we will be using the sign dot, that is A dot B. Okay, so A dot B. What is the value of A dot B? We are multiplying. You already know when the two quantities are multiplied, they are written in the brackets. So just use the brackets, 2i minus j plus k and it's again multiplied with the other one, that is 5i plus j minus 2k. So these are the three quantities which are to be multiplied. We know whenever there are the two brackets, the quantity from the first bracket is multiplied to the whole bracket. Again the second quantity is multiplied to the whole bracket, and third quantity will also be multiplied to the whole bracket. So how can we write it as 2i is multiplied through the whole bracket. Okay, the next term is minus j, that minus j will be also multiplied to 5i plus j minus 2k. Then again plus k is also multiplied, plus k will be multiplied to 5i plus j minus 2k. So these three are multiplied together. Now just see the first bracket, you will be understanding that because other similar brackets will also be solved. So see the first one, we have to multiply these together. So we can multiply the scalar quantities with each other, that is 2 5s are 10, but the vector quantities can be given as I dot I. And again we have to add, then again the scalar quantities can be multiplied, that's 2 1s are 2 and I dot j. Again we are multiplying 2 into minus 2, then it's 2 into minus 2 and I dot k. Okay, now see this one bracket first, then you will be solving the similar other brackets also. Here we have learned that I dot I is 1. Whenever the direction is same, it is given as a scalar quantity. So I dot I will be 1, then 10 into 1. But we have read whenever the directions are of different axes, then it is the dot product will be given of 0. Then I dot j is also 0 and I dot k is also 0. So what we can write as 2 into 0 plus minus 4 into 0. So when multiplying by 0, it is given as 0. So 10 ones are 10 plus 0 plus 0, it will be 10. Have you understood how we multiplied this? By saying this, what we can say, whenever the two unit vectors are same, then only the product came. Right? We are getting the product only when the two unit vectors are same. When the different unit vectors are multiplied to each other, we are not getting the value. That is 0. And on multiplying the same unit vectors, we are getting 1. So what we can write by saying this, that the unit vectors of the same value or the same directions will be multiplied and that will be equals to 1. But when we are taking the different unit vectors, then the value is 0. Similarly, we have to solve for the other vectors and the other brackets also. See, in this I and I will be 1, but I dot j will be 0. Again I dot k will also be 0. So we will be solving only for 2 and 5i, that is 2i and 5i. The only value we will be getting for the same unit vector. So we will only multiply 2i and 5i. Again this is minus j. So j will be multiplied to j, then only we will be getting the product. Other values will be damaged, that is the value will be 0. So we can write j dot j will be 1. So minus j dot j, because there is no coefficient for j. So we will be not using the other vectors. So here k will be multiplied to the k vector, then plus k dot 2k. Now we have learned that whenever the unit vectors are same, then the product will be 1. So I dot I will be 1. So 2 5s are 10 and it will be 1. Minus j dot j will also be 1. Plus k dot k will also be 1. But here 2 is also there, so 2 1s are 2. Now this is 10 minus 1 plus 2. So it will be 11. What we can say that on multiplying this a vector and the b vector on with the help of the dot product, then the answer is the scalar product. So dot product is used when the two vectors gives the scalar quantity. So the value of the product of these two vectors is a scalar quantity. So we can say it as a scalar product also. But how the easy form can you solve in the exams? See, if you are multiplying these two vectors together, because in the competitive exams you are getting the small time, so in that small limit you have to solve these questions. So how can you solve that? Because I and I unit vectors are same, because we are using a dot product, then the same direction product will only give answer and other will be 0. So I dot I will be 1, this I dot I will be 1, so the coefficients will be multiplied to each other, that is 2 5s are 10. Then j dot j is 1, that is minus 1 and plus 1, so it will be minus 1. Again k dot k is 1, that is 1 into 2, that is 2. Okay, so on solving these vectors we are getting a scalar quantity. So what we can say that it is a scalar product. So dot product gives the quantity of the two vectors into the scalar quantity. Okay, so dot product is given as a scalar product. Now if we are taking the two vectors and we are solving it for the vector product, then we will be changing it to the cross product, that is 2i minus j plus k, 2i plus 3j plus 2k. Let this be the two vectors. Now we will be solving it for the cross product. We will be seeing the formulas also for the cross product. This is the cross product. Now for the cross product we use the word cross, right? So how we will be showing this? That is A cross B vector. How we will be solving this? For this you just have to remember some quantities, that is I cross j, j cross k and k cross I. Here whether the directions are different but it is a vector quantity and will give the product also as a vector. So we can say that it will depend on the direction also. Like in the last session what we have said for the dot product, that I dot I, when the direction is same and it will be changing into the scalar quantity. But here the directions are different, but then also the direction is depending on us because it is a vector quantity and the product will also be a vector quantity. So what we can write it as C. First of all, C a cyclic order, that is I, J and K. When it is moving from I, it will be positive, J to K will be positive and K to I will also be positive. If we are moving against this direction, the value will be negative. So we can say that the vectors will be coming in the negative values. So I dot j, what it is? I dot j, the other direction given by the k. So the value will be k. Again what we have written j dot k, that is j dot k. The remaining vector is I. So what we can write here? I cap. And if you are multiplying k and I, that is k and I, then the product is given by the k dot I. The remaining vector is j. So we can write it as j. But if we go again the direction of this cyclic order, the value will be negative, that is the direction is different. If the direction is opposite for the vector quantity, then it is given in the negative sign. That is if we are writing it as j dot I, then it is reversed. The value will be k itself. It will be z axis itself, but the value will be in the negative. If you are multiplying k dot j, then also the answer will be I, but it will be minus I. If you are multiplying I dot k, we have just reversed the direction, so value will be j, but opposite vector, so it will be given by the negative direction. So how we will be solving this? For this, here we will be using a matrix method. Okay, and matrix how it is given by is shown with the help of the blocks. Here we are having I cap, j cap and k cap. So firstly we will be writing I cap, j cap and k cap. This is the row of the matrix and this will be the column of the matrix. Okay, there will be 3 columns and the 3 rows. Okay, so just write the values of the I, j and k. Okay, see. What is the value of I? That is 2 and 2. So just write it behind the I. So we will be writing it in a column, that is I column. And for the j, what is the coefficient of j in the first vector, that is a vector, it is minus 1. And for other j it is plus 3, so it will be 3. And for k what it is? Plus 1. And so this is the matrix. And for solving it, we are writing the vector quantity and this is the cross product. So quantity should have the direction, that is the unit vectors will be present over here. That is I cap will be the similar. But how we will be solving? If we are writing the I cap, then we just have to leave this row because it is the row of the I, and we have to leave the row and as well as the column of the I. Column and rows are deleted, then what are the values remaining? They will be cross multiplied to each one. Okay, so leaving these lines, what is remaining here? 1, 2 and 3, 1. So we will be cross multiplying it. That is 2 ones are 2, but minus sign is there, so it will be minus 2. And on multiplying 3 ones, that is 3, and they both are subtracted to each other. So on multiplying this cross, we will be putting the sign in between will be negative. Now, if we are writing the j, then we have to eliminate the row in the column of the j. That is, the values of the j will be eliminated, and we will be using the remaining objects, that is value of k and the I. So, taking the column of the j and the row of the j, what are remaining over here? 2 and 2, 1 and 2. And what we say that we will be writing here j, but we will be using the negative direction. If we are not using the negative direction, then we should multiply in the different value. So don't do that, because you have to remember that the cross used to go like this. So you have to write it here minus j. And if you want to write it plus j, then you have to just reverse the direction of the vector. Okay, or you can just interchange the rows and the columns together. I and the k column, if are reversed, then we can write it as plus j. But it will be complicated afterwards. So use this type of product, that you will be writing the minus j and start multiplying. So 2 into 2 it will be 4, and the minus sign will be there, and it will be 2 ones are. Okay, so j product is also used. Now we will be using the k row. So we will be eliminating the k row and the k column. So row is same for I, j and k. On deleting this row, what are the remaining of this? That's 2, 1, 2, 3. So it will be given as k cap, and in the bracket what it is given, and this is the cross product of the values which are remaining. 2 3s are 6, minus 2 1s are 2. So this is the value which can be given with the help of the cross product, that is the matrix method. Okay, so what will be the value? See, minus plus, that is 2 plus 3 will be 5. So it can be written as minus 5, but the direction is x-axis, so it will be given as minus 5i, and 4 minus 2 will be 2, 2 into j, it will be 2j, plus 6 minus 2, 4k. So what we can say, that the product which is came by the cross product's help, it is given by the vector quantity, because the directions are present here. Means what we can say, on using the cross product, the value is also a vector quantity. So vector product is the value of the two products which can give the scalar quantity as well as the vector quantity. So while doing the product, if we get the value as a scalar quantity, then it is said to be the dot product or the scalar product. If we are multiplying the two quantities, we are getting a vector quantity, then the product can be said as a cross product or the vector product. Okay, so in the next session we will be seeing more numericals. Now you just think how to solve these questions and what to remember, that is I dot I1 and the dot product, and then you multiply that I dot I cross I. So remember this, whenever you multiply in the cross product, then the same vectors will be cancel each other. That is I cross I will be 0, because it is a vector quantity, and if the two same direction vectors are multiplied to each other, then the value will be 0. And if it is a scalar quantity, then it will multiply. Okay, and it will change into only in the magnitude value. So what we will be seeing in the next class, we will be seeing the numericals related to this vector products. So we will be finding the different angles and the different types of numericals. So thank you class. In the next session we will be seeing the other numericals.